know who running the city.
Walk 'em like a dog. 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 Walk 'em like a dog.
Hey man, I'm trying to stay focused. The NFL, they won't let me. It's like it's pounding inside me. Sometimes I think it's behind me.
You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city.
I got the keys to my city. The dog pound is getting gritty. They stampeding through the city. Hey, Cleveland's on fire. Come check out the city. The Browns is hot like it's sunny. We tailgating every Sunday. Like prime time on the Monday, we hitting them hard and leaving them running. Hey, Cleveland defense is a beast. It's hard to keep them on the leash. You don't believe me? Check the street. We hot in the kitchen and bringing the heat. With all our players on the field, the competition getting killed. Our coaches got them running routes. One hand catching from the south. Stephen A, shut your mouth. My city's on fire. Ain't no putting it out.
You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a
Hey
city.
man, I'm trying to stay focused. The NFL, they won't let me. It's like it's pounding inside me. Sometimes I think it's behind me.
You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city.
Cut the whole city down the ride. We keep our spirit in the sky. We 747 bound. Yeah, we ain't never coming down. You can drop us off in the stands with 100,000 Brown fans. You know what's going down with the orange and brown. You better back it up. We ain't playing. Hey, fair shank ain't no robbery. I'm a Brown fan, so don't knock me. If they win or lose, I ain't singing the blues. We still cheering them on. You can't stop me. We pushing through 'cause we coming. Give us the ball and we running. Boy, ain't no future in stunting. We a playoff team, so stop fronting.
You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city.
Walk 'em like a dog. 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 We gon' walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog. We gon' walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog. We gon' walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog. We gon' walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog. We gon' walk 'em like a dog.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We are back.
We are back again.
Back one more.
This time, y'all, we are back with a win.
Back
Beat
on
the
the
goat.
Welcome Like a Dog podcast.
Beat the GOAT. I'm your host, OG
Back with the
Shanksta.
win.
Welcome to the Welcome Like a Dog podcast.
Yes,
We're
sir.
right here. My faithful sidekick, Mick Beats, is in the building.
You know it.
We got my other faithful sidekick, Mackay's in the building.
Makai, give it up.
And we got my special sidekick right here beside me. My nephew, Messiah, is definitely in the building, y'all.
You know who it is. You know who it is.
We got a special show for y'all today, man. This is called Comeback City Browns. We gonna win all the way out. From here on out, we're not gonna lose a game.
Yeah.
Here on out, we're not gonna lose a game because we beat the GOAT. And we took his. We got a special guest on the show today. I mean, this dude is so bad. One of the coldest running backs in the NFL, right here out of Cleveland, Ohio. We got Mr. Cleo Miller on the show. It's going down like chicken wing, cornbread, and Kool-Aid. Man, it's going down.
Yeah.
Cleo, can you hear us? Cleo Miller.
Is he on the show with us?
He is on there. Unmute your phone, Cleo.
I got you. I got you.
We
I'm
got
here.
one. There you go. There you
There you go.
Hold on. Properly introduced. Cleo Miller is on the show. Former
definitely
running
on the
back for the
show.
Cleveland Browns. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's get on into it, Cleo. Oh my goodness, you ain't been on here since last year, Cleo, maybe?
Yeah, somewhere around that time. It's been a little while since. It's been a minute.
Been a little
Minute,
while.
huh?
I know you've been watching all the games,
And what do you think about this last game? What do you think, OG? All about y'all?
Well, the last show that we did, we had tons of fun, and my man Lonsky, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, was on the show with us, man. And everybody gave a prediction of the show. Even everybody gave a score prediction. Now, my score prediction was that we was gonna mess around and beat Tampa Bay.
Mine was too.
And we was gonna beat them 23-17 is what I said.
I had 30-23.
You had 30-23.
Yeah.
I had 23-17. What was your prediction?
I can't even remember, man.
You said we wasn't even gonna win.
I'm just happy. I'm just happy, man.
Lonsky said we wasn't even gonna win, and Tons of Fun said we was not gonna win.
Cleo Miller, did you have a prediction for this game for yesterday? Did you have a prediction?
No, I don't predict. I never predict what the score is going to be or who's going to win, except for I'm always a Browns. I'm always thinking that we're going to win. I never go against the Browns and say they're going to lose.
Never. You never go against the grain. I don't go against the Browns for nobody.
Oh, man, he's sticking to the code.
I don't care if they was playing King Kong.
You predicted that score spot on, huh?
Remember I told you now that's the team we gonna beat.
17.
I said we was gonna beat Tampa Bay. Everybody said, no, we not beating the GOAT. We gonna beat the GOAT.
Well, you see, I don't predict because, on any given day, anything can actually happen.
Anything can happen.
Worst team in the world can beat the best team in the world.
Let's go.
Any given Sunday.
Predict, but hey, I'm a little prejudiced too when it comes to the Browns.
See, a game like the next game that we played with Deshaun Watson, right? Down in Houston, their record is 1-9-1, right?
Don't
181 right now.
Yeah, that'll be the team. I don't like to boast and brag and do all that. I don't like people to boast and brag. That'll be the team the Browns lose to.
Don't slouch on them.
A team like that.
As I said to you before, on any given day, anybody can win a game.
And that's what I said.
But by the same token, we just have to send a message up to the Almighty and say that this ain't the game's going to happen.
We gonna. I think. To be honest with y'all, I think we're gonna win all the way out. We're gonna win all the rest of our games.
I think we can do it.
And with a quarterback they paid $250 million, we better win every game. $250 million, we better win every game, man.
Yeah.
Well, the thing you look at though is that he hasn't played in over a year.
I hear that.
In professional ball, but the positive thing I'm hearing is that he's been in camp for about 2 weeks or so now.
Okay.
That's
and
right.
He's been running scout teams plays and stuff, so he's getting used. He's getting acclimated, to being involved in the system. And he's constantly been working out. He has had a coach that's coaching him doing various things. So the thing about it, being a football player, especially a professional football player, the mechanics and everything they're always there. It's just a matter of getting out there and getting the first blow. And once you get that first blow, adrenaline goes flowing into the body, and there's no telling what you may or may not do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But with $250 million, I would have a whole squad of midgets playing with him at least. You know what I'm saying?
What?
32. They be trying to chop him by the ankles. He be jumping. Oh, stop it!
Midget.
Leave me alone! Leave me alone! I'm trying to put some humor into it a little bit.
His knees, huh?
Yeah, they all knee high. They knee high, and they coming towards him at all times.
Trying to chop him down.
Right.
You got to teach him.
But I think, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't even play him down in Houston.
Why?
I wouldn't play him because he's going back into a city and a town
It's gonna be
that don't like him. The coach, the owner, do not like that boy at all, man.
I don't know if the town don't like him.
But the owner do not like Deshaun Watson at all. The owner is the one that sent all them women at him, man. I'm telling you.
Let me ask you a question. Is that owner on that football field?
He ain't on that field, is he?
But he can easily go in that locker room and tell them guys, whoever brings me Deshaun Watson head, I give him $500,000 of cash money. He can do that.
It does not matter. You got to look at it from both angles. He's with the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
Those guys are in his corner, and so they want to see him beat the Houston Texans.
Right.
So while they're telling those guys to beat these guys, they got in their mind that we want to beat them, especially when we just came off a winner. We want to keep this thing going.
Keep it
We
going.
want to get the right track. So we're
That's
gonna
right.
be out there.
Keep it
We're
going,
gonna
huh?
play our hardest.
So we gonna walk them like a dog, right?
We're going to walk them like
It's safe to say that the Browns is going down to Houston, and we're gonna not get walked like a dog, but we're gonna walk them like a dog.
like a dog.
Right?
There you go.
On a hot Sunday.
Hey, Cleo, do us a favor.
Yes.
Do us a favor and the fans a favor, and tell them a
I
little
didn't
bit. Can you hear me now? Can you
can't hear the question.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Okay, what do you say again?
I said, do us and the fans a favor and tell them a little bit about your story, your background with the Cleveland Browns, and how long have you been a Cleveland Brown fan first?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But actually, I came to the Cleveland Browns in 1970. What was it? 1975. It was at the end of 1975 season. I came to Cleveland Browns, and according to the records, at that time, I played with the team for about 7.5 years. And when I left the league, when I left the Cleveland Browns, I was the fifth, sixth leading rusher on the Cleveland Browns team.
Wow.
Now, how many touchdowns, how many yards I got, I don't keep up with it. I never have.
Really?
My thing was just going out there playing and being a part and doing what I could, to actually help the team win. Okay. So, and I'm sure that while I was a fifth or sixth leading rusher back during that time, you've got people like Chubbs and other people that have come in here, and they played a lot more than what I did. I'm probably still about the 14th or 15th leading rusher for the Cleveland Browns today.
I remember you.
Ooh.
I remember watching you as a kid, watching you actually, do your thing on the field, man. You was a beast on that field, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You was a beast. I didn't know what a beast was until I saw you. And you would be out there with. Matter of fact, you took who was it, Mike Pruitt's place, or was it Mike? Pruitt?
No. What actually happened when I came to the Cleveland Browns, they had two guys in the backfield who couldn't get you 1 yard when you needed it.
That's right.
That was Hugh McGinnis and Billy Pritchard.
That's right.
And then Ken Brown was a third string fullback.
Right.
And so I was fortunate and blessed. When I was in high school, my high school coach taught me how to block.
Right.
And so when all the other running backs were down on the football field, running and catching the ball and stuff, I was up on the hill on the sled with the offensive line blocking. He used to call me a horse. I said, Coach, what's wrong with this picture? I'm your star running back. Why am I up here on the sled with these guys hitting the sled and they're down there on the field running plays and stuff? He said, Hoss, I already know you can run. I know you can catch, but I'm teaching you how to be a complete running back. He was teaching me how to block.
Right.
And so he was light years ahead of his time, and that's what actually helped me. When I never played fullback in my career until I got into professional football.
Right.
Wow.
Okay.
And so Hank Stram saw that when I graduated out of college, I went to the Kansas City Chiefs, and at the end of my rookie year with the Kansas City Chiefs, I was starting. And I was destined to be the starting fullback for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
And they brought a former Browns player in there by the name of Paul Wiggins.
Yeah.
That saw different, and Paul Wiggins released me. But that was the beginning of my career at being the fullback position. I was fortunate and blessed that we had a linebacker coach that was on the staff of the Kansas City Chiefs at the time, and he told Forrest Gregg about me. When they brought me in here, they didn't know really how much I could do. It wasn't until the following year, because they brought me in as halfback. The following year, in 1976, they still had Hugh McGinnis there. They had Billy Pritchard, but they had also drafted Mike Pruitt as the number one draft choice.
Right.
Wow.
So they moved me over to compete against all three of those guys.
Wow.
And
Wow.
Mike Pruitt sat on the bench behind me for 3 years.
Wow.
And the only reason that he got it was they fired Forrest Gregg. Not to take anything from Mike, I think Mike's a great
right.
guy. but Mike still had a lot to learn, and he wasn't as good as I was during that time.
Right.
He turned around to be a great running back. And so, you don't put things on players. You look at the system and how they do it. And then, hey, if you're owner of a team and you got one guy who comes from Kansas City Chiefs as a free agent, and you only paying him peanuts, and you got another guy that you drafted number 1 and you sold to the public, who are you going to play?
I'm gonna play the guy drafted number 1.
Right.
So that number 1 sitting on the bench behind me for 3 years.
It's
Wow.
been pretty good, huh?
And so that's how good I was. It's strange, when you get respect from your peers.
Right.
And so when I remember some players from the Houston Oilers back at the time, and
Oilers, Lord have mercy.
Greg Bingham was one of the linebackers, and Pastorini was a quarterback and stuff. So we went out to 1 year, and there was a show that they had, and so I saw Pastorini, but I didn't see Bingham. And I said, I know who you are, Pastorini and stuff. And then, when I was talking to Bingham, stepped around the corner and said, I know who you are too. He said, let me tell you. He said, let me tell you this. He said, in our playbook, in our meetings and stuff, we had a special note on there. It said, do not hurt number 43 because number 30 is sitting on the bench and he's better.
Get out of here.
Let him go.
Wow.
Don't you hurt number 43.
You had those things that went about. So we don't know what's wrong with your coach, but we're glad you ain't playing.
Right.
Man.
So it's one of those things, because I knew how to block. And the thing about it is when you get in there, if you let guys strike fear in your heart, they go, the first one, a linebacker or defensive end strike fear in your heart, they're going to kick your butt for the rest of the day.
That's right.
But if you can go and you can do some things, and they don't, and you stand your ground with them, they're gonna have to give you a little bit more respect than what they did.
Right.
And see, back in the day, anything went with us.
Right.
And because I was taught by my high school coach when I was in high school, I knew every blocking angle, everything you could do, and I was fast and quick too. And I was probably the only one on the team that could play halfback and fullback without missing a beat.
Wow.
So not only Greg and I were supposed to have actually been the first tandem to have 1,000 yards in the backfield together.
Wow.
I think I had 789 yards or something like that in my first year with my first full year starting with the Cleveland Browns. I only averaged carrying the ball about 12 times a game.
Right.
Or less.
Wow.
And so, and I also led the team in receptions.
How many games was it back then? A season?
12 games.
12
games.
12 games.
12 games.
Wow.
Yeah.
He led hold on, man. He led the team in receptions. Give it up for that.
Right.
Absolutely.
Wow.
You got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to not just run the ball, but catch the ball.
Well, you got guys today, they couldn't, excuse the expression, but they couldn't even carry my jockey strap.
Oh, my God. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Lawson.
Damn it, Jim.
Specialty position. They got specialty positions. They got fullbacks who can't run the ball and can't catch the ball, but they go out and just block.
Wow.
They got halfbacks can't block and they can run and catch the ball, or they can run around the end and go up the middle every now and then.
Right.
But they don't specialize in doing those things. See, my coach taught me how to do it all.
You can do it all
because I'd be able to do it all. And guys that the peers teams that I played against, they feared me. They feared to see me on the football. And I run to a lot of them each day, and they tell me, the first thing that they say, is hey, they immediately give me respect. That's all you ask for.
Respect. Put some respect on my name.
RESPECT. That's right.
I remember going to I had a nephew play for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Squealers? You mean
Really?
the Pittsburgh
The Pittsburgh Squealers?
You had a nephew play for the Steelers?
The Squealers, man. The Squealers.
Played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I had a nephew that played for the Houston Texans, which is now, and then he finished with the New York Giants. He's a defensive line coach for the Las Vegas Raiders now.
Wow.
Then I had a brother that played for Dallas Cowboys behind Tony Dorsett.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So and
Y'all got it in the family, huh?
It all started with me.
It all started with you. You the head. Huh?
So it's safe to say that you are the GOAT of the family.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Well, I think that they say that.
Give it up for the goat of the family.
Give it up for the GOAT of the family, man.
Yeah, they give Uncle respect.
That's
Uncle-
right.
They give Uncle
That's Unc.
respect.
That's big Unc.
and brother respect.
You know, we get older, and you don't look that old, Mr. Miller. You don't look older than me, man, for real. And
Well,
I know
thank
I'm
you
younger
very
than
much.
you are.
Definitely don't.
You look good, man. You don't look like you all broke down, or you know, you can't shave. You look good, man.
Unc. And speaking of Unc,
What? Thank you. My body tells me, you know, that my mind say I'm young, but my body every now and then say, hey, you better stop listening to your man.
Yeah.
No, but you know, I think, you know, I'm blessed. I
Right.
never really had a major injury that actually we had to have major surgery on it. I've had arthroscopic surgery on both my knees,
I had
but
that
you
too.
know, in modern day time, and it wasn't back in the day when you had problems with your knees and stuff, where they go in there and cut on you. And they that arthroscopic surgery, they put a little pin or needle
Right.
inside there, go in there, take care of what needs to be done, and a week or so you're back out and you're
Right.
moving.
They scraped the college. I
And
had to
so-
get that done when I
So
was
I've
younger.
been blessed, you know.
See, Mick didn't play football though. Mick was on his knees eating bologna sandwiches and Cheetos. So we had to get him off his knees, man. He had surgery on his knees for eating the bologna sandwiches and Cheetos.
He don't understand. I'm about to mute his mic. Hey, Uncle Cleo. Uncle Cleo.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, did you answer?
Did I what?
Did you answer how long you've been a Cleveland Browns fan?
The Cleveland Browns, period.
The Cleveland Brown spirit?
No,
How long have you been a Cleveland Browns fan? Did it start when you started working for them?
I became a Cleveland Browns fan in 1975.
just told you, Mick, 1975. Lord have mercy, man.
Wow.
Wow, I was
1975, 68, 69.
The thing about it is that
I was 7 years old.
I
the
wouldn't.
Kansas City Chiefs gave me the opportunity to get into the National Football.
Right,
And Cleveland Browns to stay there.
Right.
right.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I'll be always eternally grateful to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns. But
Wow.
when the Cleveland Browns are playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, then I got to go with Cleveland because I've been with the Browns a lot longer than I was the Chiefs.
Walk 'em like a dog,
Okay.
baby.
Okay. Hey, Uncle Cleo, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this then. What's your comments on the Browns? The Browns' performance so far through all the games up until now, and let's say and let's talk about the last game. Let's save that for last. But
Okay.
their performance all the way up until now, because we had some some brutal
Well-
games.
The thing is that there has not been consistency all around through the whole process. At one point in time, you think that when they first started off, you know, on paper, it looks like you had the greatest thing since sliced bread
Man.
all the play.
Right.
And then this stuff crept in. No, first of all, you had the situation where you thought that you were going to have the quarterback, the multi-million-dollar quarterback that was going to be here, you know, for at least he's
That was
only
a huge
supposed to be
letdown.
out by games.
That was a huge letdown, right?
And that was the thought. But when all the politics and all the things that went about, and then he was had to stay out for 11 games.
I heard
It
it.
was 12 games.
11.
So-
11 games.
Yeah, so that put a wrinkle in everything. It stopped everything. So now you got to go to the plan B. And plan B was to bring in a quarterback and get him and get the whole team to mesh together and work together. Well, again, you know, things didn't pan out right because you had guys even on the defense that were hurting, that wasn't there. So when you really look at it, the whole team had not been together, and when they did come together, you know, there was a mix up in the coaching. or the plays calling or the defense or how they do it. One little thing to left to another, and they were always sticking their, put a thorn in their own feet by the mistakes and penalties and stuff they were actually having. Right. So
they really beat themselves, didn't they?
So given the fact, that you're there and you're doing all these things, they never had the opportunity. I'm a strict discipline, not strict discipline, but I never believe in what they call this stuff now, where they when they go, they look at statistics and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, analytics.
Analytics. There are no analytic football players.
No.
So how you treat football players like they're analytic people?
Right.
They're not. They're going out there trying to win. And if they see something that they think that should be worked, you need to listen to them as opposed. And that's part of the problem with the organization too. They've looked at too many things from an analytical standpoint as opposed to going out there and playing football.
Really?
I don't like our defense. I don't like the defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns.
Well, again, the defensive coordinator is there and he's trying to do a job. But if you go back and look at it, he doesn't have the personnel to do what he's trying to do
at all. He's not that guy for that. He just ain't that dude. He's not that dude.
You don't have the personnel to do what you're trying to do, so you got to improvise and try to do what you can with the personnel.
But you got all the DBs in the world.
The problem is that when we came along and we practiced against each other. We hit.
That's true.
Now, when you go out there and you're walking through things and there's no path to anything,
clashing, they don't do nothing.
Getting into the system, I understand, and getting a feel and good in live in practice, then you got a problem when you go on the football field.
That's right.
You got a soft guys out there. I call them paper tissue athletes.
Yeah. Yo, brittle ass motherfucker. I call them brittle.
Hey,
they brittle as hell,
tissue?
man, for real. You
tissue.
fell down. Oh, I hurt my collarbone. Ain't nobody even touch you. Wait a minute. Look at Odell. Odell just ran and hurt his own self, man. Come on, man. Really?
But it's not their fault because today what they're looking at is they invest so much money into these guys.
Man, they ain't like y'all. They ain't like y'all. Was. They ain't built like y'all, man.
Yeah, the least little thing that happens to them, they're out for 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 months. And then you talk about the concussions and different things of that nature. They put smelling salt and put 2 fingers up in front of our face and say, okay, how many fingers you got there? And they sniff the smelling salt up under you, you're okay, you back out there playing.
Back out there playing. Man.
You back out there
crazy.
Hey, so
you gotta get out the game now.
The thing about it too is, the hip pointers and separated shoulders, they tape you up, you back out there playing.
Man, football was football back when they had the steel curtain.
And but that's the signs of times and how things. And so, so what you have to do is you have to adjust according to what's actually happening. Now the coaches are doing what they know or what they think they have to do in order to survive today. Because you got to understand they're trying to make a living just like everybody else.
Right.
And whether the fan make the great call this time and that time or next time or whatever from the standpoint, he's doing what he thinks that the team truly can do. Now it comes up to those athletes.
Man,
come up to their performance and stuff. And a lot of them have not been forming up to their abilities.
But what I don't like, Mr. Miller.
Yes.
What I don't like about Stefanski is, to me, we have the best running backs in the game.
You got more? No. You got the best 4 running backs.
Right.
In the game.
Right.
Man.
4 of them. I'm so glad you said that. I was just getting ready to add on to that. The one dude. What's his name? You got Hunt. You got Chubb.
You got
5.
You got that boy Ford. You got Ford.
Johnson, you got Jerome
Deontay
you got what's his name, Kelly on the practice squad.
Number 34.
Ford.
But there's another guy that came off the. He's on
Felton.
Felton, right?
Yeah, we got Felton too.
No, Felton. They moved into.
No, you talking about Kelly?
Kelly.
Yeah. He on the practice squad. Remember last year he came in, he did something last year. He had a couple plays last year when Chubb was hurt. He came in,
Now, Kelly
and
wasn't
man,
there-
he did his thing.
Kelly wasn't there last
Right.
year.
No, it was that was the Ernest Johnson.
Yeah,
that did that.
Ernest Johnson.
That was the Ernest
Nah,
Johnson.
nah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
It was Dearness Johnson, but Kelly was behind
Kelly
Dearness
wasn't-
Johnson.
He wasn't there last year.
Kelly
He
is
was.
a rookie.
He was on the practice
He's
squad.
a rookie. Kelly is a rookie. You got two rookies. You got Ford and Kelly is the two rookies.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
The two rookies are Kelly and Ford, and then you got Dearness Johnson, and then you got Chubbs, and you got
Hunt. You got Hunt.
Hey, hey,
those are the running backs that you have.
hey,
And all those guys are good running backs.
hey, Uncle Cleo.
Yes.
What do you think about the play calling up until
I was just
the
telling-
play calling? How you think the play calling? I think that's really what's lost. There's a lot of games. That play calling.
They have not been according to the personnel. They have not called or did what they should have done with the personnel they have.
I agree with
So
that.
you because you got but in their defense too. If teams know that that's all you're doing
They shut
is
you
running
down.
the ball,
They're gonna shut you.
as opposed because the big problem that they made a mistakes on was letting those two wide receivers get away.
Absolutely. They should have
Yeah,
never let
they
Jarvis get
definitely
away.
Let that go.
You should have never
Yeah,
let Jarvis
that-
get away. Come on, man.
Jarvis or Odell.
the problem that they found out too late was it wasn't the players, it was the quarterback.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, they fold that out.
That was
They
crazy.
found that out too. It was but by the same token, you got to look at the politics. This was the number one overall draft choice, which is made by a mistake made by another regime and not them. They
Right.
didn't draft them. They didn't get into those guys.
They stuck
they
with
got
him.
to deal with that. See,
Jarvis was the heart and soul of the team to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was the heart and soul.
there was two mistakes that the owner of the team made, and then when it came to listen to somebody else, and when it came to quarterbacks, and that was the Baker Mayfield. What was that other little guy from Texas name? Man,
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
Mr.
Those
Football.
two-
Yeah.
So they live with those mistakes and stuff. So now they move forward, and that's why they invested all this money. When Baker Mayfield going to turn around, and when they went out and to try to get the quarterback, Baker Mayfield, you know, he was meal. I mean, he was just as meek as he could be, and you know, he's humble as he could be, because because he didn't know what was going to happen. But then when what's his name again? The
Deshaun
quarterback.
Johnson.
Huh?
Stefanski.
Oh, it's the fan.
No. The quarterback that just coming in,
Sean
Sean
Watson.
Deshaun
Watson.
Watson. Yeah.
Deshaun Watson. But when Deshaun Watson said that he wasn't coming here, then Baker Mayfield got him bold, and he gonna
Yeah.
ask
Yep.
He asked for a trade.
like because he thought he had some of their ass. And then the owner came back and said, "I don't care what it costs. You get the quarterback here. We ain't going
Look
with
at
Baker."
him now. Be careful what you wish for.
We ain't going with
Yeah.
Baker.
So, but anyway,
Faker
you know,
Mayfield.
that's past history.
Hey
The
man,
thing
don't,
we have,
don't do
the
that.
thing we have to look at and understand and know is that they've done pretty much. I expected them to have a better record than what they have right now, but they don't have it. So be it. But there's still an
But-
opportunity.
I kept
There's-
saying at the beginning
there's
of
a
the
little-
year to put the one dude in there. What's his name? The other guy.
Dobbs.
I kept saying, why not try Dobbs?
Yeah. But they
He had a better record.
They did get rid of him today. Down.
That's what I said. Remember earlier.
They got rid of Dobbs?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
would you
they-
do that?
They got rid of him to bring
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun.
They
Watson.
needed a roster spot. They were probably gonna put him on
Deshaun,
the practice
listen, man,
squad.
we need. I thought we always needed 3 quarterbacks: first
Yeah,
string,
but-
second string, and third string, right?
You know
but
they
the
can't
problem-
touch the quarterbacks.
Hold
now, so you only need two.
on. All is not lost. All is not lost. If they got rid of him to make a practice squad, that means that they took him off the regular squad.
Yeah.
They may put him on the taxi squad, reserve squad.
But
Yeah.
so he's not off. He's not off the Browns team, then, right?
Nah, he's not.
He's off the regular roster, but he
He's off the
still could be
regular
in the fold with the
They
Browns.
call.
Now,
people
I
up
hope
and-
they don't get rid of him, man. They would make a big mistake if you got rid of him and kept Brissett, man.
Why? Because he the backup quarterback.
Man, do you know that boy is just like a Deshaun Watson? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling
He
you.
be having the moves for sure.
He just need time to develop a little bit. That's all.
No.
He been in the league for like 4 years.
Hold it. Let me let you in on a little secret. That young man, that gentleman, don't have no time. He don't need time to develop. This man ain't no rookie. This man was a backup quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I know. So why didn't we start him? So why didn't the Browns start him?
He's not better.
Again, before they got him, and before they even got Deshaun Watson, they'd already made a deal with bought him in first.
They got Brissett.
And then they went and got the quarterback.
Right. Okay.
So you know the hand was dealt before it started. So because the hand was dealt, you got to play with the cards that's dealt.
So you mean to tell me when Brissett was throwing interceptions every fourth quarter, and so by me being a coach, I can say, well, look, we're gonna sit you out the fourth quarter, and we're gonna bring in Dobbs.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing you have to look at. The reason they went with Brissett. Brissett has been a starting quarterback.
Where?
The other gentleman has only been a backup quarterback, and he started for more than one team, and he's done pretty good as a layman quarterback on all these other teams that he's been at.
Wow.
And so that's what they look at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus
Track record.
He was a backup quarterback behind Brady?
Tom Brady.
That's how he started off in New England.
I know
then
that.
He left there, and then he went to the Colts. He was a backup quarterback to the quarterback that was over there.
Miami. Yeah, he did this. He did this for a minute now.
Yeah, he's
quarterback.
So now what had to happen was that he had to be able to come in and look into a system, get acclimated with the players and stuff he's played against, do what the other coaches stuff and try to do it to his best ability to make a living. And then at the end of it, if you look at it, he began to come out and do a little bit better than he was at the beginning because he got more comfortable in the system in terms of what he was doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's good to say that he will be the backup quarterback for Deshaun Watson.
No, I'm saying that right now he would be the better one to beat us. Why I would tell you that I thought the other guy had more abilities because he's faster, and he had a stronger arm. But by the same token, he hadn't gotten out there and hadn't got hit or
he
played.
Got the playing time.
He didn't have that experience that one called Jacoby just got, and the guys are used to Jacoby and not him.
But don't
nobody
want to get acclimated to hits. Who wants to get acclimated to hits? That boy, to hits, to getting hit.
That's a part of being a football player.
Yeah,
that's a part of.
That's why you got to practice. That's why you got to tackle.
You got to get you heard me say earlier. You got to get used to hits and stuff. Yes. You got to be able to go through the trials and tribulation. Because if you don't, and your body is too soft and brittle, and they're gonna run over you, and the first time they hit you good, you're out of the game because you're not used to it.
Why do you think our defense get ran through every damn Sunday? Because they don't hit.
Well, no.
It's practice though.
Oh, they hit. Well, they hit. When they hit,
they can't hit. They don't tackle.
That goes back to coaching.
They don't have the right coach for
because see, hey, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at some of the last 3 or 4 games that we played against, other than one now. Shucking, hey, as old as I am, I could run through them holes.
Yeah.
Did he say holes? H-O-L-E-S or holes? H-O-E-S. Which one did he say?
H-O-E apostrophe S.
Whatever your mind.
So when you look at the defense and you got both you, and you know the teams they're not dumb. They can push a button now and on the computer and stuff, and go back 15 years now and look at different plays and know what your tendencies and different things of that nature are, as opposed to us having projectors and stuff back in the day.
Right.
So
yeah,
now,
hell yeah.
If you got 2 defensive ends that are defensive and they spread out wide, and people know that they're rushing on the outside, coming up to the field and everything, and then you got your linebacker setting back 7 yards.
7 years.
7 yards from the line of scrimmage. So all these guys got to do is just turn the two defensive end out and go up and get the linebacker. Hey, these guys getting 5 or 6 yards, and
Before
what
they
they
get
being
hit.
touched, they got
Before they get hit. They getting 5-6 yards before they get hit.
I can run through there. I can run through there non-touched.
And don't let the linebackers miss the tackle.
So now you can't be scared. You can't be that scared. You got to be able to trust the defensive backs, and a lot of the defensive backs they had were suspects at the beginning of the year because they were not on the same page. You got a free safety, ain't nowhere in the world you're supposed to be the deepest guy on the field, and you up there close to the line trying to tackle somebody, and the guys are running behind the defensive back down to make you run.
And that would be Denzel Ward, right?
No.
Free safety.
That would
John.
That would be number 22. What his name?
No,
Depp.
that's Grant Delpit.
Depp. No, Depp.
Grant Delpit.
Huh?
Grant
What is his
Delpit.
name? Depp? Is his name Depp or just some?
It's Delpit.
Huh?
His name was Deaf because he didn't hear the ball coming, man. Come on, his name was Deaf. He didn't hear it coming. He didn't hear it coming.
Well, the free safety that they have back there, and then as a matter of fact, Newsom and the other number 21
was hurt.
They got frustrated and angry with him because when they pass him off, when they think he's back there, when they pass him off, that's his responsibility.
That's right.
Well, 22. This is only his second year starting.
Who?
So maybe that is it. Grant Delpit. 22.
Definitely. Yeah, that's his name. Definitely.
Yeah,
but
second year.
Even at that, you still got to go. You got to go.
Basics.
They teach you out there and they teach you stuff for a reason.
Yeah, and get back to basics.
You got to go back to the basics and something. That's what they weren't doing. So now you got to break down with the defensive backs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to break down with your offensive linemen, and the linebackers are too small.
Okay.
Way too small.
Hey,
Way
Uncle Cleo.
And they get broken, and all of them getting broken up all the time. You're cussing in position trying to find linebacker, and the running backs are strong now. Look, Chubb, and they just run over.
Yeah, Uncle Cleo.
Yes.
I got something else I want to ask you guys. Hey, we'll start with Masai.
Mm-hmm.
We want to know what your thoughts is on the game that just passed, and we won the actual game against so-called GOAT.
Well, let's put it this way. There was a lot of pressure.
Hey, hold on, Cleo. We wanted the youngest man in the room to start it off.
We asked that question for this young man.
We're going to have him start it off. We're going to come back to you, Cleo.
My thoughts is it was a nail biter. I thought we can win. I thought we should have ran the ball more, honestly. There was time periods like where we run the ball and then we don't run it again. Like if we get stopped on first down, we don't run it again. All right, you get stopped on first down, run it again, get 5. Nick Chubb average 5 yards to carry. You at least going to get 4 or 5 yards. And then you got a short yardage 3rd and 5. Like
you're not going to stop him.
We got behind the sticks a lot because we didn't have faith
in our running back.
In our running backs, which is crazy. But also, I thought our defense actually played well. Our defense played well. They actually kept us in the game.
They kept
us in the game. And that's all we need them to do.
Game.
Yes.
The last game. Yeah, the last game.
So you're basing everything on the last game.
No. I was just getting everybody.
The question he's asking.
Yeah, it's basing off the last game. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you're basing on. Okay, so let's deal with the last game.
Okay.
There has been a lot of pressure that's put on the defensive coordinator, and so now what they had to do is to be able to come up with a defense where they could not run on them. And so once they start shutting the running game down, now they know it's a passing situation that has to happen.
Right.
And so with that passing situation that is happening, and they're geared more toward passing as opposed to running. Now you can release some linebackers or defensive ends and stuff to come at Brady and stuff, even though he's still letting the ball go. Right. But you rush Brady and stuff, then he has a tendency to not do what needs to be done in a lot of cases. Right. So That's the pretty much that. And then when you looked at it, they didn't really have the true running backs. Their starting running back that's in that backfield.
No, they didn't have Leonard Fournette.
They didn't have him in there. So they control the offensive line, the defensive line, pretty good. But what actually happened when they started doing that, Brady started nickel and dinging and danging because they were still way back. Didn't want him to get the home run on him. So, hey, you got to be able to adjust to that too. If you got the linebackers there, they should be able to be the guys that's going to cover and stuff. And they should be able to play man-to-man. If they can't play man-to-man, then you need to get you somebody who can actually do it. But they came together a little bit. They came together a little bit better.
Yeah.
I won't say it's the best, but they came together a little bit better this year from that standpoint. Now, on offense for the Cleveland Browns, you can't be vanilla and chocolate.
Basic, huh?
You cannot be basic.
Flavored up.
And
What about Neapolitan?
That goes back to what I was telling
Basic.
that goes back to what I was telling you about when the films and stuff. If they know that you're running Chubb off a tackle or in the middle or whatever from that standpoint, all they got to do is fall down on the ground and clog up the middle.
Yeah.
And so that's what they've been doing.
They kept doing that, man.
You got to improvise. You got to have plays and stuff, and to mix it up, reverses or going to the outside.
They did mix it up though.
Like they did that one reverse and ran in there for a touchdown. They wasn't ready for that. They was not ready
for the shorts.
You can't come to me with the same thing.
Exactly.
Because you come to me the same thing, I'm gonna sit right there and I'm gonna kill you. You ain't going nowhere. And that's what's happening.
Turnovers and all that.
But
Okay.
Listen,
OG, what you think? What you think about this last game?
When they ran that reverse and they scored that touchdown, right? Why couldn't the Browns come back and do that same play going the opposite way?
They could, but
Why
again,
didn't they?
but the problem is you're being smarter than yourself. I was taught coming up through high school and in college and stuff. Hey, if something is working for you, you run it until they stop it.
Until they stop you. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Until they stop
Thank you,
that.
Cleo.
I'm gonna run it again. Fuck it.
And then if you run it for so many different times, then you put a mix up on it and fool them, then all of a sudden now they're not going to look at it as being vanilla and chocolate because they don't know where you're coming from.
They did a play in not this game, but the last
But
game.
I'm gonna tell you something else
When
too.
they had Chubb line up as a what you call that? He lined up. He caught the ball instead of the quarterback. What's that called?
Oh, yeah.
You call that the
Wildcat.
Wildcat.
Yeah.
They should do that more often too.
Well,
that should
but I'm
do a
gonna
lot
tell
of
you
stuff.
something different too that a lot of people don't pay attention to. They got used to Chubbs
Right.
because when you and because I'm a running back, I study running backs. Chubb is a reader. Hunt is a black. I mean, it's just full out tilt.
Right.
And so when you have, and if you notice in the last couple of games, Hunt was getting more yardage than what Chubb was. And the reason being is because he didn't sit there and try to read and wait for blocks.
He'll blast right through that. Right.
Right.
He blasts right through it, or he'll get on his mind that this is the way I'm gonna go and make a decision.
And
And
go
he's
ahead.
gone.
Yeah, go ahead and get the
minute-
first. He was getting every first.
The minute that you hesitate, you're giving the defensive line the opportunity to close up holes and stuff for you.
Right. You gotta bust through as soon as you see it.
Now,
Bowling
it's
pins.
not all coaches. It's some of the players that got something to do with it too, and he's got to be smart enough to understand and know things too. And he used to figure it out, later on in the game.
No, your
But
personnel though. As a
But when you get behind and you're in a situation where you got to score, the running game really goes out the window.
Out the window.
yeah,
It goes out.
It does.
And the problem Browns have, they depend on only one or maybe two people,
Right.
Okay.
and that is
Chubb and Cooper.
Cooper.
and then
Chubb.
every now and then they go to the tight end a little bit. They need to go.
Yeah, and Joku.
They need to spread that
They
ball
need to
out.
get it to him more.
No. They're people. They depend on
Peoples
people
Jones.
as a receiver and
Right, right.
Cooper.
Yeah, People Jones.
But they spread them out to some of them tight ends, man. Spread the
Yeah,
ball out.
but the problem is that they're not, and the other thing too is your quarterback holds the ball too long.
He hold it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
way
And he's a
too long.
one-dimensional quarterback. He's
Way
looking one
too
way.
long.
He's looking one
And-
way.
Holding the ball, while he's holding the ball, and your running backs are flaring out there. Do like these other quarterbacks. When you can't get those guys, dump it off to them.
Thank you.
Right. That's what I said. OG, me and OG was over my house watching the game. I was saying that.
We can set up here and be Monday quarterbacks all day.
That is true.
But
All right.
in the heat of the battle and what he's done and what he's gone through practice during the week, sometimes it does not dictate that he do these things. So now he has to take it upon himself is to say, okay, I'm the quarterback. I need to know where everybody is on the football field.
Take control of the
Right.
field.
Hey, Uncle Cleo. Uncle Cleo.
Once you see there's something, and it shouldn't take you that long. You look at all these quarterbacks now. It shouldn't take that long.
No.
If you're not anticipating what a receiver is going to be doing or where he should be, and he should be learning that in practice.
Okay.
And then if you see him running in a different direction because you practice on it, you know exactly what his next move is going to be. Instead of trying to wait until that guy get completely open.
Uncle Cleo.
You gotta anticipate getting
Uncle Cleo.
Yes.
I want to go.
Yes.
We're about to go into the highlight review. We're going to actually show the highlights of last game. You'll be able to see it and review it. But before we do that, I want OG to give us his take on the last game because we were sitting here watching together, boy. We was on pins and needles. Hold on just 1 second, Uncle Cleo. Let OG.
You want my take on the last game?
Yes, sir.
It was actually like nephew said and like Mr. Miller said. Hey, it was they showed that they came together for that. They really wanted that game. They really wanted that game.
Really
they came together not like I wanted them to, but it was enough for them to come together to win the game for this last game. And to beat the GOAT doing it, the defense did keep them in check. He kept them in check the whole time. Because Brady normally cut loose on you and get real loose on you if you don't keep them in check. You know what I'm saying?
Especially on the Browns.
And they was doing a lot of 3 and outs. I was watching that. I was like, damn, they went 3. They got them 3 and out again.
Yeah.
But our offense wasn't doing nothing. They always
Right
come
back
down
to
the first play of the game and run and be phenomenal and score a touchdown. I sit there and told him, I said, man, we can't get excited. You can't even get excited about that. Because you got 3 more.
Because they always
Well,
do that.
you know they ain't gonna do nothing else. And every time they come down and score that first touchdown, they don't do nothing else to maybe the third, fourth quarter, maybe.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We need to get better on that. If we can talk about going in and beating Houston, they're a desperate team right now,
Hell yeah.
and desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm telling you, if they go down there half stepping on that team like we've been half stepping with all the rest of the team, they are going to beat the Cleveland Browns.
We can't half step nowhere.
You got to go in. You got to go into Houston and hit them dead in the mouth and put your feet on it and keep hitting them in the mouth over and over and over. That's the only way we're gonna win that game.
All right.
The thing they have to do. The thing they also have to do is once they play a first half, they got to go back and make changes and stuff. They're not good at
Yes, they need to make adjustments.
Right now, fellas, it's time for the Walk 'em Like a Dog highlight review. Go ahead, take it away, Kai. Y'all see it?
Yup.
All right, here we go.
Oh my
Nick
goodness.
Chubb, go ahead, hit that
I
hole.
forget what quarter this was.
In the first quarter.
It's the first quarter when
first
they put
touchdown.
their
Look
first
at
touchdown.
Look
Oh, my
Brissett
God.
throwing a block. Yeah, lead blocker,
And
baby.
went in for the touchdown. That was Stewart.
There you
right?
go.
He
And we
should-
was nervous because they started off their last couple of games like
Right.
that. Remember?
Same
Yeah.
I would keep
That's how you
running that
block.
play down.
Give me that.
Great
Yeah.
blocking downfield.
Can you see this, Uncle Cleo?
Even Brissett. Now here's
There
my
we
man.
go. Get in that backfield, baby.
They was stopping them every chance they got, but like they
Get
said,
in the backfield.
here's Brissett.
Okay. Nice
going
little
down
running.
for the first
I
down.
will say this.
And more.
Jacoby Brissett does have heart.
He got
He
hard.
will play.
Wow.
And he'll play.
He a
to the
little
end.
chunky, but he got hard.
There you go.
He a little
I will
slow.
say that. Okay.
Whoa, there you go.
Let's go.
Who is that running the ball?
He gonna be a beast next
That's
year.
four.
That's Jerome Ford.
Hey y'all, I want to know. Can Uncle Cleo? Can you hear this? We want your comments, Uncle Cleo.
Wow.
Well, the problem is you're going too fast on the on the plays and stuff. So,
They're going too fast, for real.
Definitely sped up for sure.
We can slow it down a little bit. Slow it down a
Who
little
is that?
bit.
That's people. That's people,
People
Jones.
Jones.
Kai gonna
Right.
slow it down a little bit.
see what you okay now see go back
Go back
to
just a slight bit, Kai. Just a little bit.
running back to the formation and stuff. Go back to the right.
Is that it? Is that it?
Go back to the
Go
start
back
of
a
that
little bit
formation.
more. Started that
You
formation.
go back
And
Go
freeze
back-
it there. And
Let's see
freeze
the
it there. Freeze
formation.
it there.
Is that
Yeah.
clip right there? Is
Go
that
back,
it?
go back one clip right.
One more clip back.
Stop. Right there.
That's it?
Right there.
Okay, stop it right there.
Now what you do is when you analyze it, you're looking at the defense and stuff. You're looking at what the wide receivers and stuff, looking at the quarterback and stuff. And you look at that, see what they got, what they're playing right there, they got actually a 3-4 defense.
Right.
I mean, they got 3 down linemen, and they got the linebacker, got 2 linebackers standing up and 2 linebackers in the middle.
The back right there, right.
Right. So now, what the Brown and see what the difference between the Browns and them? They don't have their guys 5 yards away from that defensive line. You see how close
They right up on it.
they got 2 or 3 yards in between. So now that means that when they and they're reading too. They're assigned to look at different people. And so those linebackers are looking at the running backs and the wide receivers, and one of them are looking at tight end and wide receivers up there with a long defensive back. So now what's going to actually happen if we got and I don't see a running back in the backfield right now.
It's somebody back there.
Uh,
That's Chubb in the back.
Huh?
That's Chubb in the backfield.
Is he back behind the quarterback?
No. Receive behind the quarterback. The Brissett is down up under the center. Right
No,
there.
I'm saying that's the quarterback up under the center.
Right.
So I don't see
Chubb is in the
what.
back. Chubb is all the way in the back right there.
So what's actually happening is my face is covering up that part, but I don't see it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so now that's the problem. But anyway, so now what's actually happening here is that when you run this play and stuff, each one of those guys is responsible for certain things. So now the other thing you see is that they got linebackers that are down on the line as opposed
Can we
Yeah,
run
they
this
got
in slow
linebackers
motion,
down
y'all?
there.
Can we run this?
Run this in slow
run
motion.
slow motion.
Run this in slow motion if you can. Real slow.
That's fast.
Point 25.
Oh no, just go ahead on and I'll tell you as I see it now. Go ahead, just run it.
Run it.
That's too slow.
No, it ain't.
No, it ain't.
Let's see.
It's not too
Let's
slow,
see.
dude.
Let it play. So what you saying, Cleo? You see what's happening?
Yeah. See what's going on. See how those linebackers are filling those holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
Huh?
Boom.
And
See how they
By the time dude turned around, Chubb was already past him.
He's already gone. You shot through that folks like a bullet.
Damn, give me that. Yeah. Bam. All right, play at regular speed.
But that's the difference between the Browns linebackers and their linebackers.
Right.
Okay, we're going to breeze through this now. Come on, Cleo. You can see it a little better. We're
Makes
going to
sense
play at
now.
regular speed.
You
What's
understand
next?
what I'm saying now?
Yeah, we understand.
Yeah.
Now, here's another play. Listen to this. Look at
Our
this.
linebackers about 5 yards off the ball.
There we go. Sack. Yeah, baby. Give me that. Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett had a good game too.
Yeah. There you go.
But-
It's touchdown.
but-
Almost touchdown. That right there was.
What I'm saying to you, in this game, they're playing more like other linebackers and stuff in other teams.
Right.
Exactly.
But
Look at this.
Look how close the line. Look how close the linebackers are. Look how close they are to the defense line now.
Hell yeah.
Right.
That was that catch we needed, Owosu. That was sent us into overtime right there, wasn't it? Was that what sent us into overtime?
Yep.
Yep, that catch.
One hand. Look. Bam.
Njoku.
Wow.
Wow.
That was one hell of a catch, man. Was that on 4th down?
Look at
Yeah,
Brissett.
That was 4th and 10.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That was 4th and 10.
That
Touchdown.
Was 4th down.
We had to go
Wow.
for it. That was 4th and 10. We had to go
We
for
had to go for it.
Damn,
Yeah.
he made that catch on 4th down.
He did an Odell Beckham Jr. Look, Odell. Spirit of Odell.
It was an excellent catch too.
Yeah. And then now we come back on that. What's this overtime, right?
Overtime, man.
Overtime.
Yeah, give me that.
Miles?
Give me that, boy.
Miles doing his thing,
Miles
man.
actually showed up. Well, they kept trying to put
I
one
see what you're
dude on
saying.
Miles.
Blitzing and everything. He
And
take
you can't put one. He was wide
Oh,
open.
there you go.
Now, right before
There you
that.
go.
But right before that, he had just dropped the pass right before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was wide open just
And
like
this
that.
is where all we needed was a field goal, but we scored a touchdown.
Yep.
He was
Yeah.
offsides too.
Chubb was in there.
Bam.
was
He went
offside.
right through there.
Power
Touchdown.
right in.
Nick Chubb. That's how you finish a game, man.
And then they had 24 seconds left, and we was getting nervous.
Show
Nervous.
people. 24 seconds. No, the game is over.
It was over at that point, man.
I thought they
What you
they
talking
didn't
about?
have 24 seconds.
Nah,
After he
dude,
scored
game
this
is
touchdown,
over.
it was over with.
Okay.
It was over with.
All right, y'all. Give it up for
That's right. Give it up for
Give it up.
the Walk 'em Like a Dog
Yeah.
highlight review. Yeah.
Gentlemen, I'm sorry. I
Man,
dominated
everybody hear what you saying, man. Come on.
talking.
What you say?
I hope I didn't dominate the time too much in talking and carrying.
Oh man, we love when you dominate the time, man.
was you have something to
Needed
say
that
and it's
wisdom.
valid.
Valid points.
What you're saying is very valid, and I take it all the way. Hey man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate all the insights and everything
Definitely.
that you
Hey,
bring to
man.
the show, man.
I want to say we got a dog walker fan on YouTube chiming in. We got Ernestine Arnold. What she say? My grandbabies love your song. Oh snap!
Welcome like a dog.
Welcome like a dog.
Right on.
Trayvon, the drummy, and Swartz. He was talking. I guess a comment. We was talking about Swartz. Ernestine says, "Right, LOA. That's how they need to play at all times."
Right.
Wow.
Hey, right on.
Thank you. There's some dog walkers, man. Those are
Live
that's
dog
what we call our
Definitely.
our fans are truly dog walkers. Give it up for them.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get out, Cleo, we really appreciate you being here with us, and we want to. Well, I'm just curious. With our past performance, how did you feel of that Jets game in the Patriots game? I just
I
want
want to
your
go back
feeling
to the
on that.
past, man. I gotta go.
I
I
don't
wouldn't
want to feel that no more, man.
He want to go back to painful
But
memories.
that's a painful me. We got.
Yeah.
We got to talk about it,
Go.
man. How did you feel, Cleo? That Jets
We
game.
was at that game. Too.
Number one, we was at that game.
The hell?
What game was that you asking about now?
The
Jets.
Oh,
The game won.
I saw Cleo grabbed his heart like he grabbed his heart like Fred Sanford.
I went to go make a sandwich and came back. They had lost the game.
They lost the damn game.
I couldn't believe it. I could
How
not
do you
believe
lose a game like that?
again, there's mistakes and not putting together and bad calls.
it. In a minute and 54 seconds.
That's too many mistakes.
No. See, the problem.
The Stars had that line
being-
for the Jets, man.
The problem being is that you gotta talk to your players, and players need to know what time it is too. Chubb should never. He didn't have to make the touchdown. All he do is just take a knee,
Yeah,
and the clock would have ran out. They had no more
Yeah.
time. Nothing.
but you think you get a 13-point lead with less than 2 minutes to go. You close the
No.
deal, right?
No, it shouldn't have got to that point. Is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
The clock could have ran.
Right.
I mean, I can't expect somebody to do their job for the last 2 minutes. You didn't clock out
All he
early.
had to do was take a knee. The clock would have been still running.
I know that, but
They
I
couldn't stop
the
can't
clock.
blame.
I'm saying if you don't score the touchdown, they don't have the time to go and do what they did.
Right.
I just feel like that's like telling me if you
Wait,
don't get
no,
the
no.
sack, then we
No,
win
no.
the game. What?
The thing is not getting stats. It's not to get stats. It's
You're
to
right.
win a game.
You're right. You are right.
And so, if he don't run in, and you see a lot of running backs do that. They're running, and he's done it.
Chubb done it before where he stepped out of bounds.
He's done it before.
Oh,
And nobody talked to him about it. And I'm probably when you get in the heat of battle, you probably forgot what how much time was on the clock or whatever.
Right.
Somebody
That's true.
let them know that.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't run in, and they tell you don't run into this.
So
zone.
everybody
Don't
dropped. The coaches dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Everybody, but the coaches dropped the ball on that
So-
one right there.
Yeah, so it's this situations like that happen. You know, hey, one thing I know, when you get in the heat of battle, sometimes you're not thinking. Your mind is one way, and it should be another.
That's right.
I ain't never lost a game like that in my life. I lost some games, but not like that.
I went to go take a sandwich and came back. I was like, well,
Those games all kinds of ways.
I was in there singing. Look, I was in there singing. We win the money. We winning the game. We singing it. I'm singing la la lee da da da. I'm singing, making this sandwich. When I got back to eat it, I said, what the hell? We lost the game. It's that quick? Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Cleo.
Throw the sandwich on the floor, man. I was just on the floor.
Hey, Cleo, I was at the game, and we was all the way at the top, like all at the top of the stadium. Me and my wife, our whole family was there, but me and my wife decided to leave early. So it's like almost 2 minutes left. By the time we walked down to the damn parking lot, we had lost the damn game. I'm like, oh, hell no.
Oh yeah. So it's things like that, and the thing about it is that this is the first go around this guy's ever been head coach. He may have been an offensive coordinator, and the problem. What he needs to do, he needs to let that go.
Yeah,
and
he
concentrate
does.
on.
He needs to talk to the defense.
He needs to concentrate on just being a field general, making sure all the pieces and parts are together, and make the strategic decisions in terms when it comes to certain things.
Right.
But to put it into somebody else's hand, let them worry about the plays and looking at the defense and doing all these things.
He got too much on his plate.
Hey,
right.
Cleo, before we get out of here, man, I want to give Jacoby Brissett his flowers.
Oh yeah,
Man, we got to give him his flowers, man.
I'm
Give it
not
up for
giving him no
Jacoby.
flowers. I'm not giving him no flowers.
I'm gonna mute your mic real quick while we give him some flowers.
Any flowers.
Let me mute your mic real quick
He
before
won
we
the
give.
game, man. Come
Hey,
on,
man. Come on, man.
Hey,
Jacoby Brissett, man. Come on. There he is.
No,
Come on, give him his flowers,
No,
LG.
enough for us to win at least 7.
Come on, man.
No,
He won. Hold on.
I'm not doing
Come on, Messiah. You give him his flowers first, then, Messiah.
I already gave him his flowers.
Look, man, this man won us
He don't need
a
double
game
basket of flowers.
against.
One
Hold
flower.
on, man. Hold on. This guy won us a game against Tom Brady, man. Tom Brady is what they call him. What they call Tom Brady? They call him the GOAT, right?
We didn't play the
Let me-
we
let
didn't
me
play
tell
the
you-
Tampa
Hold on.
Bay Tom Brady's. We played the Tampa Bay
Let me say
Buccaneers.
Let me say to you this to you. When you go back and look at what his responsibilities were and what he did, and look at the games and stuff that they played,
Listen, man.
and look at all the different mistakes and stuff that were made, and I'll be willing to bet you that 95% of those games that they played was not his fault
Thank you.
Yeah.
that they lost.
The only ones that was his fault is the 3 or 4 he threw interceptions at the end of the game. Those ones was his fault. Come on now, Cleo. Come on.
How soon we forget?
How
It's a
soon we
team.
forget? Well, he did throw some interceptions.
Oh my
At the end.
God.
No,
He did do-
We would have
I'm
won
not
if he
saying
wouldn't have
that
threw
he
them interceptions, man.
I'm not saying that the 95% of the games that they've lost.
He did.
It
I would
wasn't- it
say-
wasn't because
I would say 30% of the games we lost was his fault.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Y'all
I'd
must,
say a good
y'all must
10.
not was watching the
He
last
lost a
game
couple games.
before this game when the Browns had drove all the way down to the field on the 10-yard line and he fumbled the ball on the snap. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Did y'all forget about
hey,
that?
the bad
Well,
snap.
hey, you forgetting it was the center that was holding the ball, didn't give it to it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Okay, well, you know what?
Yeah, you got you got.
I would give him one dandelion. He'll get that from me.
I take a dandelion. Yeah, you know what
He can get
dandelion?
one dandelion.
You know what one dandelion can turn into?
I know what it can turn into.
Wow.
I'll give him one.
Hey, he'll accept it then. That's
Yeah.
very. Oh, that was very wise of Messiah, man.
gotta
He said,
hit
you
it.
know,
You gotta
one dandelion
understand
can
this
come
too.
into.
To learn
You
something
gotta
from a
understand
dandelion
this
now.
too. You got to understand this. That's not a fault of. Hey, when a quarterback want to run a quarterback sneak and he don't make it, you go to something different. You don't come back and do the same thing in the same way.
Well, the quarterback sneak been working. It worked a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I tell you about films and stuff.
They finally stopped it.
Well, they looked at that.
And what he say earlier, You run something until they stop it. They stopped it, right? Do something else.
Do something else.
They stopped it the first time, and you gonna come right back and try to do the same thing over again?
Yeah,
Hey, man.
do something else, man. Come on, coach.
We got to move on. But listen, can we give Jacoby Brissett
We
his
already
welcome
gave
like
him
a
his
dog flowers, man? Give it to him. Jacoby.
Good job, Jacoby.
Hey, guess what, y'all?
One flower.
Guess what, y'all? Guess what, Cleo?
Yes.
You know who running the city?
Oh, yeah.
Walk 'em like a dog. 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 Walk 'em like a dog.
Hey man, I'm trying to stay focused. The NFL, it won't let me. It's like it's pounding inside me. Sometimes I think it's behind me.
You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty.
Come on,
like
Cleo.
tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city.
Come on, Cleo,
The
man.
Cleveland Browns getting gritty. Like tap water from a city.
Trying to say something,
I got the
man.
keys in my city. The dog pound is getting gritty. They stampede through the city. Hey, Cleveland's on fire. Come check out the city. The Browns is hot like it's sunny. We tailgating every Sunday. Like prime time on the Monday, we hitting them hard and leaving them running. Hey, Cleveland defense is a beast. It's hard to keep them on the leash. You don't believe me? Check the street. We hot in the kitchen and bringing the heat. With all our players on the field, the competition getting killed.
Hey, Cleo say, walk him like a dog, walk him like a dog. You like our song, Cleo?
Dog, we're gonna walk him like a dog. I can't hear the music, but we're walking him like a dog.
Hey,
Walk
Cleo,
'em like
man.
a dog.
Hey, man, we so happy to have you back, man. You graced our presence last year a couple of times, man.
I would love
Today.
to have you back on the show.
Took us back to the
Listen,
past.
listen. I would love to have you back on the show if you can when we play next Sunday.
The Steelers.
When we play that first game that going back home to Texas. I want to see
Okay.
what he has to say then.
Well, I don't know if I can make that a commitment this time.
Okay, well that's
It
good.
is what it is.
It is what
Yeah.
If you could call in or text in, that'd be good too. So
All right.
Appreciate your presence, man. Thank you.
All right, gentlemen.
Hold on,
All right,
Cleo.
y'all,
Before you get out, Cleo, man, we gotta apologize for the fans, man. This past Sunday, which was actually yesterday, we had put together a Walk 'em Like a Dog Browns Appreciation Day event. And we actually weren't able to do it yesterday because it was a rain out. Oh my goodness, it was a rain out.
Yep.
So we will do this Walk 'em Like a Dog big next year. And we actually got this whole city behind us. Cleo Miller, you was supposed to be there yesterday. You was a little under weather. Actually, OG, a lot of our staff was under the
Sick.
weather, to be honest with you.
Dog.
Masai was, OG,
was.
yeah, we all
Samara, a couple other people, Cleo Miller.
that
So we
time.
had to sadly postpone this event, y'all. This was a wonderful event we put on, didn't we? We almost put on.
but we're gonna still put it on. It's still gonna be big. It's still gonna be all of that because we're gonna still do what we do as Welcome Like a Dog fans for the Cleveland Browns. It is going down. I think we're gonna try to do it. When we gonna do it, Mick?
We're gonna do it we think we're gonna do it preseason because it'll be warm. It get everybody hyped before the Browns actually play, and that way, in case they lose and do terrible, then we still get some people to show up.
Right. We're gonna do it probably preceded when it's really warm outside. But we're gonna constantly promote the hell out of it all the way up until that date. So y'all just be looking out for it and be ready for it.
Yeah, and speaking of that, man, we gotta pay the bills a little bit, man. We got some announcements, some merchandise going on, all type of stuff.
Oh yeah, we got some
Oh yeah.
Welcome Like a Dog.
Oh yeah, we got the hoodies. Y'all been asking for the hoodies.
Y'all
I
been
know it's
asking
getting
for-
cold
y'all
out.
been
You can
asking
wear
for
this
the
under your
sweatshirt.
jacket.
These
You
are
can
the
wear this.
sweatshirts.
Yeah, welcome like a
Let the
dog,
hoodie-
baby.
let the hoodie-
Welcome
bring
like
the
a
hoodie up.
dog.
Bring the hoodie up, man. So they can see it's the hoodie. This is the bring it down. So I'm just showing the hood. Part.
the hood.
Part. Where
My
you
bad.
go?
He said,
Got
bring
the
it up.
sweatshirts.
Cleo, you see that merchandise, Cleo?
Nice, man.
Look, Cleo, he licking his lips. He said, I want one of them.
We got the hats on. We got the
Got
hats.
the hats. Welcome Like a Dog.
We got the
Hats. It's
shirts
going down like chicken wing, cornbread, and Kool-Aid
Kool-Aid.
in that order
on a Tuesday night.
on a Tuesday.
We got sweatshirts, hoodies,
Yeah.
hats.
Hats.
We got some USB
Hang on.
flash drives.
It's
Give me
cold
one of
down
those.
here, guys.
Got them USB flash drives. Take it out the pack so it can see it nice and neat.
We even got thongs. Walking like a dog thong.
All right.
For those that want to be sexy.
Baby.
That's special order from OG Shanksta himself.
All right, y'all be cool.
Dog, baby.
Cleo, we're going to get you one of this. You a dog walker. Give it up for Cleo Miller, everybody, from former running back for the Cleveland Browns. Give it up.
Thank you.
Wow, man.
You have a good one, Cleo.
We got wristbands.
Wristbands, and these are the actual music. You open it up and you plug it in, and boom, walk 'em like a dog.
Flash drives,
like
man.
a dog.
Flash drives.
We got face masks, all of that, man. And all you
COVID
got
is
to
over.
do is go to welcomelikeadog.com. Look right above OG Shanksta head. Spell it just like that. Welcome
like a dog.
like a dog.com.
Get your
And you can order all your merchandise right there. You can also give us a call right here at this phone number right here that just popped on the screen. And you can order, if you live in Cleveland, you can order and OG Shanksta will deliver it right to your house.
He's lying.
I don't know about that.
Somebody will deliver it though. I'm serious about the
hell?
delivery.
I'm not.
It will be
It won't
delivered
be me.
to your house.
We would deliver to your house.
Yes, we have a delivery. We have Woober. Welcome like a dog Uber. It's called Woober.
It's called Woober.
Yes. And we are serious. We will deliver to your house
He's about
within a 30-mile range.
Right. So we got y'all covered. So with no further ado, y'all know this is the time. This is what we do. And now it's time to say goodbye to all our family. WLKEMLIKEADAGA.
But it's time.
We gon' walk 'em like a dog.
Walk 'em like a dog.
I don't know why this dude don't hear us singing. Walk 'em like a dog. He don't want us to leave.
Walk 'em like a
We want you to
want us to
leave.
stay here forever.
Kai just taking his time to get up the video. That's all that is.
And he want us to stay, and I don't mind staying because this is the show. This is what we do. This is Turn the Lights On production in conjunction with Global Entertainment. My man, Mick Beats is in the building. I'm your man, OG Shanksta. And
lights
this is how we do this thing, man. It's going down like chicken wing, cornbread, and Kool-Aid all the time.
On a
Y'all can call
Tuesday.
into the show sometime at 216-9021-605. Or you can call in at 355-7505.
Baby.
Okay, y'all, we signing off, man. Welcome like a dog. Give it up for the Welcome Like a Dog podcast. OG Shanksta and his new co-host and sidekick, Masai Tate, a.k.a. Koala Bear.
Koala Bear.
That's only in the gym, baby.
You know who running the city?
Why would you do
Walk 'em like a dog. 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 Walk 'em like a dog.
Hey man, I'm trying to stay focused. The NFL, they won't let me. It's like it's pounding inside me. Sometimes I think it's beyond me.
You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city.
I got the keys to my city. The dog pound is getting gritty. They stampeding through the city. Hey, Cleveland's on fire. Come check out the city. The Browns is hot like it's sunny. We tailgating every Sunday. Like prime time on the Monday, we hitting them hard and leaving them running. Hey, Miles Garrett is a beast. It's hard to keep him on the leash. You don't believe me? Check the street. We hot in the kitchen and bringing the heat. Baker Mayfield on the field. The competition getting killed. Odell Beckham running routes. We had to get him out the house. Stephen A. Shut your mouth. My city's on fire. Ain't no putting it out.
You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a
Hey
city.
man, I'm trying to stay focused. The NFL, they won't let me. It's like it's pounding inside me. Sometimes I think it's behind me.
You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city.
Cut the whole city down to ride. We keep our spirit in the sky. We 747 bound. Yeah, we ain't never coming down. You can drop us off in the stands with 100,000 Brown fans. You know what's going down with the orange and
better back it up, we ain't playing. Hey, fair shank ain't no robbery. I'm a Brown fan, so don't knock me. If they win or lose, I ain't singing the blues, we still cheering them on. You can't stop me. We pushing through cause we coming. Get each other the ball and he's running. Boy, ain't no future in stunting. We a playoff team, so stop fronting.
You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city. You know who running the city. You know who running the city. The Cleveland Browns getting gritty, like tap water from a city.
Walk 'em like a dog, walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog, walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog, walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog, walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog, walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog, walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a dog, walk 'em like a dog. Walk 'em like a